Hello and welcome everybody to Brink of Fate Devlog episode 12. My name is Jason and I'm the developer working tirelessly to bring you this game, hopefully by summer next year. I hope you're all having a wonderful day and let's get into it. So, if you've been keeping up with the project and you watched last week's episode, you'll know that I've been laboriously adding all of the animation controllers with all their corresponding animations for all of the clothing items in my game. You can actually see it on screen. I'm just kind of doing the hair now. I decided to forego doing all of them for now just because it was such a monumental task. I mean, I've probably put in about 80 hours already to do most of them. I'm still not finished. I'm done. I'm done for now. I can't do any more animations. It's just been so much. But that really is a testament to the variety I want to give you guys as players, and also the scope of my game, because it's gonna be huge. Just a quick aside, if you like my videos and you're keeping up with the series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment and say hi, that would be lovely, and subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me and brings me one step closer to not only bringing you more content, but also to becoming a professional indie game developer. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Roll the damn credits. Alright, before we get into all the good stuff, we've got one more time lapse to do. I wanted to give you guys an understanding of how long these things take. So we're running the video at 10 times speed, and what we're doing is we're working on just one part of the player. And yeah, I just wanted you guys to understand why this has taken me 80 hours of work. But yeah, enjoy, and I will see you for the rest of the stuff after this portion of the video. Alright, with that all said and done, now it's time to talk about the back end. So, first off, we have a character part script that I was just on that takes this character part animator. These scripts are going to be attached to each of the character parts, and they've each got a sprite renderer, an animator, and a list of, or an array rather, of runtime animated controllers. And this is the array that we're going to populate with all of the animated controllers for each character part. So let's take hair, for example. I had to make an animated controller for each of the hairs, so that they did all of the animations correctly. But this is the script that swaps them. So we've got a character customizer that's basically just going to switch between animated controllers for a given integer, which we'll get into in a second. But to be honest with you, the back end is really, really simple for this. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Like, of all the coding that I've done, it's been really simple. And then for the UI, basically just a way to control this. This isn't how it's going to be done in the final version, but just for now, just as a proof of concept, I've added these UI sliders that just when the integer value is changed, it changes the animator controller. Obviously, everything we do, we want to play test thoroughly You're not always going to catch the bugs, but obviously you do your best to try and catch them all. So I'm just playtesting, making sure all of the animated controllers are populated in the arrays, and obviously all the parts have the character part script on them. And these are the sliders. I've already gone ahead and set them up. I just wanted to show you guys that based on the integer value, so with the sliders value, when we change those, it changes the actual character part. So, in true Jason fashion, I've forgot to record everything while I was doing it. So I've actually got a lot further. I've added this image because what we've done is we've added a UI character that's like a representation. So when you change the sliders, you'll be able to see the player on the pause menu. So not only does it have a sprite renderer, but a UI image as well, because UIs use images and not sprite renderers. I've added this little function for set colors because we've added RGB sliders to each of the character parts so that we can change the color in the UI now as well. Bear in mind, it's not the final version. This isn't how it's gonna be. It was just purely a proof of concept, just to make sure that all of the things that I want in it is gonna work. What I envision for the end of the for the final product is that you'll be able to find items with preset colors, and that when you put those items on, it will change your animator controller and change the color based on the preset colors value, which shouldn't be too hard to achieve. But I just wanted a way that I could just give you the full range of options. I'm actually going to be releasing this prototype soon at the end of phase 1, which will have all the farming, all the fishing mini game. So you'll be able to a little bit of a sandbox, but not too much of anything else at the moment. But I want people to get involved in playtest. So all we've added to the character customizer UI is a UI character customizer for the UI player, and we've added all these RGB sliders, and then a listener for each. So basically, when we update the color on the RGB values, it updates. Not only does this function, I'll show you in a second. Here's the sliders. Sorry, the video is a lot slower than I'm talking. I'm just excited, okay, guys? But yeah, so obviously you need sliders for each of the character parts. We already had this on clothing change, which changes the clothing when it changes the clothing. And then this update color is going to do basically the same, and it's going to do it based on those RGB slider values. Down here, I accidentally set the slider values to 255 because I thought that's what they would be. RGB is usually 255, but in Unity it's 1. So I had to do a little bit of math for that. That was my mistake. And I couldn't be bothered to go back and change all the sliders. And then we've just got this get slider value for the sliders. Like I said, this code is real simple. I didn't actually feel the need to explain much. Like, this is all stuff you should have seen before. All very easy stuff. It was more the animation side of things that was just hard. It was just long work. It wasn't hard work, it was just long, you know? Alright, now it's time to see the fruits of our labor and see how it all came together. Obviously, I know recording this that it all works. It's definitely not finished by any means. I didn't even bother recoloring all the sliders because I just got bored of this. Like, working on a task for too long is not my forte. But yeah, so it's all done. This is like chaos. I tried to make it as neat as I could. But so we've got a slider for each. Sorry, I hiccuped. We've got a slider for each, and then we've got an RGB slider underneath for each, which I'm demonstrating here for you guys. Literally just for like a demo and testing purposes, this is fantastic, and I can't wait for you guys to try this and show me all the characters you come up with. I haven't done skin tone yet as well, but I need to add that in. I was just mainly focusing on the character parts, the clothing, clothing, hair, hats, all that kind of thing. I haven't even done hand, neck, face, or no, and upper body. I haven't done any of those. I know she has some upper body objects, but that's because they're the lower body. But there was just so many. Like I said to you at the beginning, over 150 like different types of like clothing. And when each one of these is taking me like half an hour plus, it's just I got a little tired of doing it all. I really want to move on. I've got other things that I want to get done by the end of August. I don't think I'll get it quite done by the end of August. We're looking at mid. I obviously work full time, shaking cocktails, as you all know if you've been following the channel. But I try and squeeze in as much time to the project as I can. And what I'd like to get done by the end of August, whether or not it happens, is the fishing minigame. But I do have a couple of videos planned for the next couple of weeks. So I actually want to do an introduction video, which I'm probably going to mark as number 0 in this devlog series, because I probably should have done it sooner. Just introducing me, the game, my writer, Scott, as well, who I haven't really talked too much about. I've mentioned him briefly, but hopefully, if I can persuade him, I'll get him on the next video, and he'll be able to introduce himself. And obviously the artwork as well. I really want to talk about. It's by a person. I always say guy, but I'm not sure if they are a guy. Could be a girl. Called Celil the Shaper. I found their artwork on itch.io and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was perfect for the project that I wanted. I'm still yet to get in contact with him. I need to do that. So maybe I'll do that between now and then. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Like this has been it's been a long week. Like a long week with a lot of work, but it's finally done. And like I said, it wasn't particularly taxing on the brain. It was just long. It was just tiring. So it took me a lot of hours to put this video together, especially since I kept forgetting to actually record. Usually what I try to do is record like the code and record what I'm doing during the process. But sometimes you just get a little bit excitable and decide to just, just do it. And then afterwards you think, crap, I should have recorded that. So you kind of just have to record things in post. So sorry if sometimes there's gaps, but like I'm sure if you're following this video, I'm sure you know how to do sliders. I'm sure you know how to do. I mean, that's basically it. This whole video is just sliders, animations, and then a little bit of code. But if you are interested and you want to learn any of these things, I'll be happy to talk about them. I've been looking for things to do for lives as well. So if there's any topics that you guys want me to cover in more detail, I'll be absolutely happy to do that for you. And maybe I'll just go live and we can talk face. I was going to say face to face, but it's not. You'll see my face. So face to screen, I guess. You'll see my face, and we'll talk about it. I'll be happy to discuss ideas and even like start new projects and talk about these things from scratch, just to give you guys a better understanding. I know sometimes I gloss over a lot of details, but I'm trying to develop this game. I'm not just doing this as a way to help you guys. It's also a way to record like my own progress. All right, that's all for me this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's time for the obligatory, like, comment, subscribe, but I really do mean it. If you guys reach out, it'd be really nice to hear from you. I even made this little subscribe animation because I thought it would be fun. But yeah, you have a nice week, and I will catch you next week.